Sir, please start.
Good morning, students. Good morning, all the principals, PGTs, TGTs, and model school family. And good morning, all the viewers who are watching this session. Now we have the webinar session on the subject commerce and accountancy. The topic is partnership accounts. Till now, we have completed the admission of a partner related problems. Now we have the webinar session on the topic retirement of a partner. What is retirement of a partner? Actual, when there is in any kind of partnership firm, when two or more persons are joining and running the business, that is a partnership firm. Whenever the new member is entering in the partnership business, that is called as admission of a partner. So at the time of admission, there is a need of preparation of revaluation account and all other things. You all know very well. Sometimes if there is three partners in a firm, one partner is leaving or withdrawing the partnership business by death or by any other dispute reason or any other reason, at that time we will call as this is a retirement of a partner. At the time of retirement also, we need the revaluation of assets and liabilities because the partner who is leaving the firm will take back their share of capital from the business. So more you need, from the subject teacher. Now this present session is going to be handled by V. Premlata, PGT Commerce from TSMS Bollaram, Jinnaram Mandal, Sangareddy District. So I request the students to watch the session carefully as this is a first session, and from this topic retirement of a partner, and the treatment of goodwill for this session is when the goodwill is raised and written off. So I request Premlata madam to handle the session. Please, sir. Oh, now over to Premlata.
Thank you, sir. A wonderful good morning to all the principals, teachers, students, and all the viewers. I am V. Premlata, PGT Commerce from Telangana Model School, Bollaram, Jinnaram Mandal. The subject coordinator for second year Commerce and Accounts is Mr. Muhammad Riyazuddin, sir, Principal, TSMS, Jayarasangam. In today's session, we will be discussing about retirement of a partner children. This is chapter 6, unit 4 in the new textbook, chapter 6, unit 4. This is also an important chapter because for 20 marks question, either you will get a problem from admission of a partner or retirement of a partner. Any problem you may get from admission or retirement for 20 marks. So together these two chapters carry 20 marks. So today we will be discussing about the retirement of a partner. Already you know what is a partnership firm. Okay, when two or more persons come together to do a business, okay, we all know that it becomes a partnership firm. They become partners. So when two or more persons are doing business, if at all, they want more capital or they want some managerial skills to be utilized by any person, they may admit a partner. When they admit a partner, we call it as admission of a partner. When new partner is admitted, then also the old partners need to revalue all their assets and liabilities so that the new partner, whoever is admitted, will not have any loss or profit. So everything should be settled before their admission, like their assets should be revalued, their undistributed profits or general reserves, whatever is there, that should be treated. Treatment of goodwill, everything we do. In the same way, in the existing partnership firm, if a person wants to leave the partnership firm, for leaving the partnership firm, there could be many reasons why a partner leaves the firm that we will discuss. So retirement here, simply what you need to understand is, from an existing partnership firm, if a partner wants to leave the partnership firm, then we call it as a retirement, leaving the business. That means you want to withdraw from the business. Again here, don't get confused with the word retirement. When we generally use this retirement word when a person, generally what the meaning says is a person going out of his service, okay, doing his whole tenure, or like 58 years or 60 years, depending upon the depending upon the nature of job, what he is doing. So depending upon that, if that person is leaving, we say retirement. Okay, that means his tenure is completed and he is leaving. It's a general meaning when we say retirement. But here, what you need to understand is retirement means he are not becoming old and moving out. It is not that. Here, retirement means he is withdrawing or he is leaving the partnership firm. That means retirement here. Okay. So here, retirement means a partner leaving the partnership firm or he is withdrawing from the partnership firm. Okay. So according to section 32(1) of the Indian Partnership Act 1932, a partner may retire. So how he can retire? What the Partnership Act is saying? With the consent of all the partners. See, even for admission of a partnership firm, even if a partner wants to admit into a partnership firm, then also he need to take the consent of all the partners. In the same way, if the partner want to leave the partnership firm, then also he should get consent from all the partners. Okay, so he can leave the partnership firm with the consent of all the partners. Okay, in accordance with an express agreement with the partners. So all the partners need to have give that agreement or by circulating a written notice among other partners. Okay, they need to express their agreement or he can give a circular, a written notice also that he wants to leave the partnership firm. Now, when we are admitting, then also we are reevaluating all the assets and liabilities. When a person is leaving, then also we need to revalue all the assets and liabilities. We need to settle all the undistributed profits, even the treatment of goodwill also treated. Okay, so these all are the adjustments we need to do whenever a partner is also leaving the business. Why? Because we need to settle his amount. When he is leaving, he has already invested something in that business. So while leaving, he wants to take his share back. So we need to do all the settlements, that we need to calculate everything again. We need to revalue all the assets and liabilities, and we need to treat all the undistributed profits, all the reserves which are kept aside. All the treatment we need to do even when a partner is leaving the business. Okay, so what are the reasons why a partner want to leave the partnership firm? There are many reasons. One reason could be old age. He may have become old, so he may not continue with the partnership firm. He may not do the job as he used to do earlier. So he may retire from the business. That is because of old age also a partner may retire. Or differences with the other partners. See, humans, all times humans thinking may not match. There may be some differences between the partners. If a person is not interested in having any difference, then also he may leave the partnership firm. So differences among the partners also makes a partner to leave the partnership firm. Next, health problems, or the person who is leaving the partnership firm may be having some health issues because of which he may not continue in the partnership firm. He wants to leave the partnership firm, or better business prospects elsewhere, or he may have got some other best opportunities other than this. Then also he may leave the partnership firm. So there could be any reason why a partner want to leave the business, or he want to retire. Here retirement means, what do you need to understand? Leaving the business. It could be any reason why a partner want to leave the reason. So whenever a partner retires from the firm, the amount payable to retiring partner is to be ascertained as per the procedure laid down in the partnership agreement. So whenever a partner is leaving the partnership firm, whatever agreement they have done when they entered into the partnership firm, so according to that agreement, they need to do the retirement procedures. Okay, or whatever amount is payable to him accordingly should be paid to him according to the agreement what they have entered. Okay, the amount payable to a retiring partner includes, so which amounts we will be paying to retiring partner? The capital contributed by retiring partner, whatever capital he has contributed while entering into the business, while entering into the partnership firm, whatever capital he has contributed, that amount should be refunded to the retiring partner. A share in the goodwill of the firm, because till now he also had done a lot of hard work. He has put his efforts in the business so that the business will expand, get good reputation in the society, in the market. So for that also he has his share of goodwill. So that goodwill also need to be paid to the retiring partner. A share in the profits and loss on revaluation of assets and liabilities of the firm. So till the date where the partner is in the business, all the assets were having some value, no? So while he is leaving, we have to revalue all the assets and liabilities. And if we get any profit or loss in that revaluation of this assets and liabilities, even that amount also should be transferred or should be given to the retiring partner. A share in undistributed profits and losses, even the losses till then, whatever they have undistributed, which are not distributed, that also need to be distributed and given to the retiring partner. A share in accumulated reserves. Till the date where the retiring partner is in the business, whatever accumulated reserves are there, that all should be even given to the retiring partner, because he is also having share in that. After retirement, he will not have any share, but the date till he is in the business, till that date we need to calculate everything and should give to the retiring partner. Okay, a share in the profit and loss of the firm up to the date of retirement. So up to the date of retirement, whatever goodwill, value of goodwill is there, value of revaluation of assets and liabilities, undistributed profits and losses, accumulated reserves, everything should be given to the retiring partner up to the date of retirement. Everything should be given. This all amount should be given to the retiring partner. The following main issue requires special attention for giving necessary accounting treatment. Okay. So whenever a partner is retiring from the business, following accounts need to be done. Okay. We have to give special attention for all this. See, whenever a partner is retiring from a partnership firm, a partner ceases to be partner of the firm. Okay. From the date on which the partner is retired from the business, that is leaving the partnership firm, from that date onwards, he will cease as a partner from the partnership firm. That means he is not considered as the partner in that partnership firm. From the date on which he retires, from that day onwards, he will not be considered as a partner, but he will be held responsible for all the things which happened till his retirement. Okay, for that he will be held responsible. So the retiring partner will be liable. Okay, he will be liable for all the acts of the firm which took place before his retirement. Before his retirement, whatever activities have been taken place, he will be responsible or he will be liable for all that. But after his retirement, he will be ceased to be called as a partner. That means he will not be considered as a partner. Okay. So ascertainment. So what are the accounts we need to require special attention, children? That is ascertainment of new profit sharing ratio and ratio of gaining. Okay. Same. Already we know how to calculate new profit sharing ratio and the ratio of gaining. So here the partner, we need to know how to calculate new profit sharing ratio and ratio of gaining, and revaluation of assets and liabilities. Already we have seen how to revalue assets and liabilities. Okay, revaluation of assets and liabilities, treatment of undistributed profits and losses and accumulated reserves. Already we learned this in admission of a partner, how to treat undistributed profits and losses and accumulated reserves, and treatment of goodwill. Treatment of goodwill also we need to know, like goodwill when it was brought in cash or it is created, valued. So how to do, we will see in this chapter also. Okay. The following adjustments are to be made in the books of accounts at the time of retirement of a partner. So that is calculation of new profit sharing ratio. What are the adjustments we need to make? Calculation of new profit sharing ratio and ratio of gaining, revaluation of assets and liabilities, treatment of reserves, undistributed profits and losses, treatment of goodwill, settlement of amount due to the retirement partner. Next thing, we need to even settle the amount due to retiring partner. Whatever amount we need to pay, like that also should be settled. Either you are paying him immediately cash or you will be paying him or giving him some time, or you will take some time to pay him that amount, maybe 6 months, maybe 1 year, or what time is mentioned. Then you will treat it as a loan, or if not, you are settling, you are paying immediately in cash, then that settlement also we need to calculate. So accounting treatment of goodwill in retirement of a partnership firm. When goodwill is created or raised in the books, how to do? When goodwill accounts is raised in the books and then written off, same as we did in admission of a partner, we will treat same as it is. When goodwill is created or raised in the books, when goodwill account is raised in the books and then written off, when the share of goodwill of retiring partner is adjusted from the capital accounts of the continuing partners without raising goodwill. How goodwill is adjusted from the continuing partners capital accounts? Okay, these are the accounting treatment of goodwill in the retirement of a partner. Now, what are the different accounts to be prepared? We know what are the accounts prepared in admission of a partner. We prepare revaluation account, we prepare goodwill account, we prepare general reserve account, partners capital accounts, and balance sheet in admission of a partner. Now here one more account is added, that is retiring partners loan account. We prepare retiring partners loan account. If amount is not paid in cash immediately, the amount whatever is payable to the retiring partner, that will become a loan for the firm, for the continuing partners. So that retiring partners loan account we prepare additional in this retirement of a partnership firm. So when the goodwill, now treatment of goodwill, we will take when the goodwill is created and then written off. How to do the problem when goodwill is created and then written off. Okay. We will understand this with an example. Dravid, Ganguly and Sachin are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio equally. Their balance sheet as on 31st March 2020 as under. Their balance sheet as on 31st March 2020 was as under. Bank overdraft, outstanding expenses, creditors, general reserve, capitals of Dravid, Ganguly and Sachin, cash, bills receivable, goodwill, cash, bills receivable, debtors, stock, fixed assets. Okay. On the above date, Dravid decided to retire from the business on the following terms. Fixed assets are revalued at rupees 80,000. Create a provision for bad debts at 6% on debtors. Goodwill of the firm is valued at rupees 45,000 and is decided to write off immediately. Ganguly and Sachin will share future profits in the ratio of 3:2 respectively. Prepare necessary ledger accounts and balance sheet of the new firm. Before starting the problem, children, I want you all to have your textbooks in front of you. In the textbook, it is page number 280. Page number 304, children. Page number 304, problem number 9. Page number 304, problem number 9, children. I want you all to have your textbooks in front of you. It is page number 304, problem number 9, what we are discussing from retirement of a partner. Okay. Now here, when goodwill is created and then write off immediately, then how to do the problem, we will see, children. Same accounts, already I told we will prepare the same accounts: revaluation account, goodwill account, general reserve account, capital accounts. Extra what account we will be preparing here? Retiring account, partners loan account, if amount is not paid in cash immediately. Okay. So revaluation account, go through the adjustments, children. Go through the adjustments. What are the adjustments given in the question? Fixed assets are revalued at rupees 80,000. Create a provision for bad debts at 6% on debtors. Goodwill of the firm is valued at 45,000 and it is decided to write off immediately. Ganguly and Sachin will share future profits in the ratio of 3:2 respectively. Only we have two adjustments. One is fixed assets are revalued at rupees 80,000. What is the value of fixed assets given in the question? It is 71,000. I want you all to look into the textbook, children. When we are doing accounts, you will understand if you have textbooks in front of you, children. Okay, here, what is the value of fixed assets given in the question? Fixed assets in the balance sheet given as 71,000. Now they are saying value of fixed assets should be revalued at 80,000. The value of fixed assets is 71,000 in the closing balance, and they are saying that value of the fixed assets should be valued at 80. That means how much increase? It is 9,000 increase. So whenever an asset is increased, the value of an asset is increased, where we write? We write on the credit side of the revaluation account. By fixed assets account, 9,000 rupees. By fixed assets account, 9,000 rupees. So from 71,000, the value has been increased to 80,000. So how much it has been increased? It has been increased by 9,000 rupees. So by fixed assets account, 9,000 rupees. So provision, what they are saying, create a provision for bad debts at 6% on debtors. So what is the value of debtors? Debtors is 45,000. So 45,000 into 6 by 100, it comes to 2,700. 45,000 into 6 by 100, it comes to 2,700. Okay. So that is the provision for bad debts. Now, what is the difference between 9,000 and 2,700? Will be our profit, because our credit side total is more. That is, our gains are more than our losses. So our profit will be 6,300. Profit is equal to 9,000 minus 2,700. That is equal to 6,300. This 6,300 should be distributed among all the partners. Okay, that is Dravid, Ganguly, and Sachin. Now, just to understand the difference, in the admission of a partner, only the old partners only we transfer the amount. But here in retirement, it should be given to all the partners, because he was till date he was with them only. No, he was with the partnership firm only. That is the reason we are calculating. After the retirement, only the existing partners will be taking the profits. But here we have to distribute to all the partners. So to David, this 6,300 should be distributed to 3 partners. That is David 1/3. Why we are taking 1 by 3? Here it is said that all the partners are taking profits and losses equally. Equally means what it will be? 1:1:1. Yes or no? 1:1:1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. So they will be taking profits and losses in the ratio of 1 by 3. So 6,300 into 1 by 3, it comes to 2,100. So to David capital account, 2,100, and to Ganguly capital account, Ganguly 6,300 into 1 by 3, that comes to 2,100. To Ganguly capital account, it is 2,100. Next, to Sachin capital account. Sachin capital account, 6,300 into 1 by 3, that is equal to 2,100. So Sachin capital account, 2,100. So whatever profit we got, that is 6,300, is distributed among all the partners equally. There are 3 partners. So that is 1:1:1. It comes to 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. So 6,300 is distributed among all the partners equally. So this, make a note of this, children. To David capital account, 2,100. To Ganguly capital account, 2,100. To Sachin capital account, 2,100. Now we will see goodwill account. Okay, here goodwill is raised in the business, then goodwill is written off. Okay, whenever goodwill is raised, what we'll do? Goodwill accounted are to David capital account, 45,000. What is the value of goodwill? What they have given in the question? Goodwill of the firm is valued at rupees 45,000, and it is decided to written off immediately. Goodwill is created, then written off immediately. Okay, so to David capital account, 45,000 into 1 by 3, that is 15,000. Here we are creating goodwill, or goodwill account is created or raised. So being goodwill account raised and created to all partners equally. Okay, their capital accounts will be credited. So to David capital account, 15,000, that is 45,000 into 1 by 3. Next to Ganguly capital account, 45,000 into 1 by 3, that is 15,000. And to Sachin capital account, 45,000 into 3, that is 15,000. Okay, now goodwill account will be written off in two existing partners. Okay, so by Ganguly capital account, 45,000 into 3/5, that is 27,000, and by Sachin capital account 45,000 into 2/5, that is equal to 18,000. So from where you got this 3/5 and 2/5? So whenever the capital account it is written off, it should be written off only to the existing partners. We should not give to the retiring partner. So in what ratio we have to give then? In their new profit sharing ratio, we have to write off the goodwill amount to the only existing partners, not for the retiring partner. To the existing partners in their new profit sharing ratio. It has been given in the question that their new profit sharing ratio is 3:2. 3:2. Okay. So in their the being goodwill account written off against continuing partners in their new profit sharing ratio. Okay. So this is written off. When goodwill is created, it should be credited to their capital accounts in their old profit sharing ratio. Okay. So to Dravid capital account 15,000, to Ganguly capital account 15,000, to Sachin capital account 15,000. See, whenever any goodwill is created, that is, it is given value without any consideration, that some amount is not, we are not getting any amount here. Some goodwill is not brought in cash. There is no consideration, no, then it should be immediately written off. Okay. We should not show it. So goodwill is written off to old existing partners. That means whoever are in the business, for that partners in their new profit sharing ratio. Okay. 45,000, 45,000. So again, these amounts we will be reflecting in their capital accounts, goodwill account. Next, general reserve account. So here in the question they have given general reserve. No, general reserve is 24,000. So general reserve also should be distributed among all the partners in their old profit sharing ratio only. That is, by balance brought down, it is 24,000. So goodwill amount, general reserve amount is given as 24,000. So to Dravid capital account 24,000 into 1/3, because they share everything equally. Old partners, that is all the partners before retirement, all the partners, old partners, they shared their profits, losses, or everything in the equally. That is the reason we are taking 1/3. So to Dravid capital account 24,000 into 1/3, that is 8,000. To Ganguly capital account 24,000 into 1/3, that is 8,000. It is not 14 children, it is 24,000. To Sachin capital account 24,000 into 1/3. Here also it is 24 now. It's not 14. 24,000 into 1/3. That is equal to 8,000. So by balance brought down 24,000, and this 24,000 is divided between Dravid, Ganguly, and Sachin equally. Comes to 24,000. Next we have capital accounts. By balance brought on, what is the capital given in their old balance sheet, closing balance sheet? It is Dravid 60,000, Ganguly 40,000, and Sachin 30,000. Still, what else we take? By revaluation account. By revaluation account, we have seen no profit has been transferred to their capital accounts. So that by revaluation account 2,100 Dravid, by revaluation account 2,100 to Ganguly, by revaluation account Sachin also 2,100. So this is the profit what we have got after revaluing assets and liabilities. By goodwill account, when goodwill is created, okay, their capital accounts is credited now. So by goodwill account 15,000, 15,000, 15,000. 45,000 is distributed among Dravid, Ganguly, and Sachin in their old profit sharing ratio. By general reserve account, we have seen even general reserve is also transferred to their capital accounts. By general reserve account 8,000, 8,000, and 8,000. To goodwill account, when goodwill is written off, okay, debited to their capital accounts. To goodwill account, you will not write off, because Dravid already is leaving the business, he is retiring. So we will not whenever the goodwill is written off, we will not include Dravid. It will be written off only to given share to only Ganguly and Sachin in their new profit sharing ratio. We will not give to Dravid. To goodwill account. So total credit side, Dravid amount is 85,100. So same amount we'll be writing on the debit side also. Ganguly, it is 65,500. 40,000 plus 2,100 plus 15,000 plus 8,000 is equal to 65,100. You'll write the same amount here also, 65,500 on the debit side. And Sachin amount is 30,000 plus 2,100 plus 15,000 plus 8,000 comes to 55,100. You'll write the same amount on the debit side also, 55,100. Now here, when you have done admission of a partner, the difference here between admission of a partner and retirement. If the business, Ganguly and Sachin will continue in the business, but Dravid is retiring. That is, he is leaving the business. Now, what balance he is having? 85,100. That means this is the balancing figure after doing all the adjustments. His capital balance is 85,100. That means Dravid should be given 85,100. This is his capital. Now, when he is retiring, when he is leaving, what this amount should be given to him? He will be taking this amount because this much amount he has invested in the business. Now we have to give back this amount to him. If the amount is given in cash immediately, then no need of going for Dravid loan account. But in the question, they didn't mention that an amount is paid immediately in cash, because they may have cash immediately or not. They may not have cash, or they will be taking some time. Okay, we will return you after 5 months, 6 months, 1 year, whatever it is. So we will pay you later. We don't have cash now. In such situation, if the amount is not paid immediately, now it is a loan. No, it becomes loan for us because we have to repay him. We have to repay this Dravid, this amount 85,500. So when we are repaying him, now we are not repaying him immediately. Then it becomes loan. That means we have to pay him. It becomes loan. So to Dravid loan account, we will transfer this to his loan account. That is 85,100. So to Dravid loan account 85,100, we will not set to balance carried down. Yes or no? Why we will not set to balance carried down? Because he is retiring partner. When we say balance carried down, when he is continuing in the business, then we can say balance carried down and we will take it capital amount in the balance sheet. But here he is retiring, he is leaving the business, he is going out of the business. So whatever balancing amount we are having here, we have to pay him. So we will write it as Dravid loan account, not as balance carried down. Is it clear, children? Why we are writing it as to Dravid loan account? This amount is transferred to his loan account now. Okay. Next to balance carried down, 65,500 minus 27,000. Okay, credit side total 65,100 minus 27,000 comes to 38,100. So to balance carried down, Ganguly is 38,100. This is his capital, closing capital. It becomes opening capital. Okay, so 38,100 will be his opening capital now. And Sachin, 55,100 minus 18,000. 55,100 minus 18,000 comes to 37,100. So 37,000 will be his closing capital of opening capital of Mr. Sachin. Okay, this will be his new capital. 38,100 will be the new capital for Ganguly. This he is retiring. He will not continue in the business. So this will be his loan. Now we have to repay it. Until we repay it, it will be shown as a loan, Dravid loan, and the balance sheet. Is it clear, children? What is the difference in admission and retirement? Everything is same. Only one thing, instead of writing to balance carried down, if it is an admission, just we write everything to balance carried down, 85,100, 38,100, 37,100. But here it is not an admission. Here it is retirement. That means Dravid is leaving the business. He is withdrawing from the business. So we have to pay him this amount. So this becomes loan for the firm. So we write to Dravid loan account 85,100. Okay. So by balance brought down 38,100 and 37,100. See, we are not taking balance brought down for Dravid because it is transferred to his loan account. Is it clear, children? Now we will write only Ganguly's and Sachin's capital accounts in the opening balance sheet. Is it clear, children? Now we will extra one more account in retirement. What we prepare is David loan account. We will be preparing David loan account. By David loan capital account, it is 85,100. To balance carried down 85,100. By balance brought down 85,100. So until this is paid in cash, we will be continuing this David loan account. When it is paid in cash, when David is paid in cash, this account will be closed. David loan account will be closed. Till then, we continue it as David loan account only. So by David capital account, 85,100. To balance carried down 85,100. By balance brought down 85,100. This is David's loan account. Balance sheet of Ganguly and Sachin as on 1st April 2020. See here, even balance sheet of Ganguly and Sachin. We are not saying balance sheet of David, Ganguly and Sachin. Okay, balance sheet of Ganguly and Sachin as on 1st April 2020. So we have liability side and assets. We'll start from liability side, children. What is given in the liability side? Bank overdraft, no adjustment. So we'll directly take 18,000. Next, you have outstanding expenses. It is 16,000. No adjustment. So we will be writing directly outstanding expenses 16,000. Creditors. Any adjustment is there for creditors? No adjustments. So directly we will be writing creditors 28,000. General reserve. Should we take general reserve? No, we will not take general reserve. General reserve has been already adjusted. Okay, transferred to their capital accounts. It has been credited to their capital accounts. So here, what is a new entry we are making here? It is David loan account. Why we are writing as David loan account? Because 85,100 is due to David. We have to pay him because he is going out of the business. 85,100 he has invested till date. He has been invested in the business. So this we have to pay him back. So we are not paying him immediately cash. So we will be treating it as a loan. That means we need to pay him. So David loan account, that is the reason we are writing on the liability side of the balance sheet. David loan account 85,100. Now capitals, we will write capitals, that is the continuing partners. Only Ganguly and Sachin will continue the business. The retiring partners, after retiring, Ganguly and Sachin will continue the partnership firm as partners. So Ganguly, what is his capital? 38,100. And Sachin, what is his capital? 37,100. That we will take from the capital accounts. Now see on the asset side of cash at bank, it is 32,000. So no adjustment here. So we will take directly the amount 32,000. Bills receivable, no adjustment for bills receivable. So 18,000. Next debtors, you have debtors, adjustment for debtors. That is a provision is created on debtors at 6% on debtors. That is less provision 2,700. It comes to 42,300. Next stock. No adjustment. So directly we will be taking 50,000. Next you have fixed assets. Fixed assets is 71,000. They are asked in the adjustments that fixed assets are revalued at rupees 80,000. So add appreciation 9,000 rupees. Add appreciation 9,000 rupees. So our fixed assets are valued at rupees 80,000. Are valued at rupees 80,000. Okay. So when you balance the liabilities and assets, it is 2,22,300. 2,22,300. So whenever goodwill is raised, then only we will take goodwill value in the balance sheet. Okay. But when goodwill is raised and written off, so you will not show it in the balance sheet. Will not appear in the balance sheet goodwill. Only when goodwill value is raised, then only we take goodwill amount in the balance sheet, children. Okay. That is to understanding of creation of goodwill. It is shown as an asset in the balance sheet whenever goodwill is created. But when goodwill is created and written off, then goodwill not appear in the balance sheet. Okay. So when your asset side total and liability side total tallies, it means that you have done the problem correct. And in exam only we will know whether you did the problem correct or wrong. If everything you do correct, your balance sheet totals will tally. That is your liabilities and assets totals will tally. Okay, children. So what have we learned now, children, till now? That is meaning and reason for retirement. Why retirement of a partner? Adjustments to be made when a partner retires from the firm. What are the adjustments we make? And to prepare ledger accounts also, we learn one more ledger account here. Retiring partners capital account. We prepare one new account here. Retiring partners capital account. Rest all accounts will be same as you do in admission of a partnership firm only. Revaluation account, cash account, goodwill account, general reserve account. And here one more extra account you will prepare, retiring partners loan account. So task for the day, children. I want you people to solve this problem. P and Q and R are partner sharing profits and loss in the ratio of 2:1:1. This is problem number 10 from page number 305. Problem number 10 from page number 305, children. P, Q, and R are partner sharing profits and loss in the ratio of 2:1:1 respectively. Their balance sheet as on 31st March 2020 was as under creditors, bank overdraft, capitals, cash, trade debtors, stock, furniture, machinery, and buildings is given. What is the adjustment on the above date? On the above date, Mr. R decides to retire from the business on the following terms. Goodwill of the firm is to be valued at rupees 20,000 and written off completely after the retirement of R. Okay, goodwill should be already in the previous example how we did, the same way you will be doing. Whenever goodwill is raised, it should be credited to their capital accounts and goodwill is written off. Only for the partners who are remaining, for them only you have to debit to their capital accounts in their new profit sharing ratio. Okay, stock to be depreciated by 5% and furniture by 10%. So here you have depreciation. So depreciation of any asset, you will be writing on the debit side of the revaluation account. Buildings valued at rupees 43,000. Here already 34,000. Buildings value is increased. So you will be writing on the credit side of the revaluation account. The amount payable to R is to be transferred to his loan account by carrying 6% interest per annum. So here they are not paying him immediately in cash. So his amount will be transferred to his loan account. Okay, P and Q share the future profits in the ratio of 3:2. So the new profit sharing ratio of the continuing partners is given, that is 3:2. So goodwill should be written off in 3:2 ratio to P and Q. Okay. Now prepare necessary ledger accounts and balance sheet of the new firm. So try to solve this problem, children. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Special thanks to our principal ma'am, Shailaja madam, for giving me this opportunity, and special thanks to our even subject coordinator, sir, Mr. Muhammad Riyazuddin sir. Thank you very much, and thank you one and all.
Thank you, madam, for the nice session. Thanks to all the viewers. Special thanks to the students. Students, please watch this session if you are not able to understand more number of times, and as the madam's advice, try to solve the problem from your textbooks, which will give the confident. And if you have any doubts, just to go to your schools and ask your subject teachers, or else you can share in the live chat also. But my request here is try to solve more number of problems from this admission and retirement of a partner. Finally, I thanks to all for watching this session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Still it is recording. Shailaja madam? Madam, we can leave.